It's Chippy from Ultrabook News, UMPC Portal here. Welcome to 2014. Happy New Year and best health and best wishes for 2014. Cheers. Right, let's see if we can get through the rest of that bottle in this video, because there's quite a few things to talk about. First of all, a couple of predictions for 2014. Secondly, in this video, and the main feature for this video will be the Chromebook, the Acer C720, that's the Haswell version, and upgrade storage. Just quick talk about storage and a couple of upgrade options that I've received and will be doing soon. So let's go back to those predictions for 2014, and as you know, I cover Ultrabooks, leading edge laptops using the latest technology, and handheld UMPCs, Windows tablets, more into the professional space of tablets, or prosumer, or the adventurer space. Devices like this, the Toshiba WT8, and I've just published the full review for the Toshiba WT8. It's a very impressive device, and last night I was using it as a desktop on this setup behind me, plugged into this dock here with an HDMI connector and a USB 2 dock, and it really was quite transparent in terms of desktop experience. Very impressive SSD speed and CPU performance, really quite impressive. So predictions for 2014 is that that Bay Trail platform is going to appear in a lot of devices, not only Windows but to Android as well. But I think you'll start to see more of those two-in-one devices. You'll see the tablet. We've got to the point where all the electronics can be put behind the screen now. There is really no reason to make it a single unit part, because you don't need really anything to run between the keyboard and the screen now. So I think you're going to see a lot of two-in-ones or dockables or docking stations with tablets. Thin 10-inch tablets, 11.6-inch tablet that's on Bay Trail, going down to 700 grams, maybe 650 grams, which will be really, really light enough to hold in a magazine style for a very long period, with acceptable PC performance. I hope that Microsoft optimize Windows 8 again. They have still got work to do to make it very attractive to consumers. Currently it's more at that high-end prosumer space rather than consumer space, but I think that will probably happen. Fingers crossed for a combination of a Windows 8 store and the Windows Phone 8 store. That will help developers a lot. In terms of Ultrabooks, I think we're experiencing the tailing off now of the marketing of Ultrabooks. That probably has enough momentum on its own now to see itself through 2014, but I think by the end of 2014 we'll just be talking about leading edge laptops. The Ultrabook project has really done its work in redefining how leading edge laptops are made. In fact, that has come right down to the lower pricing points now, and I think if you look at Amazon.com and the top 10 laptops for this period, January and December 2013, you'll see, I think at number 4 is the X200, which is really based around Ultrabook technology, touchscreen, and you'll see other devices appear with touchscreens as well. So that sort of Ultrabook methodology, build methodology, is going to permeate into a lot of sectors, I think. One thing we're going to see soon, CES starts in 2 days, so stay tuned for some articles. I'm working in the studio, but articles will be going up on Ultrabook News and UMCPortal.com. Unfortunately, I'm not there. I'm so jealous of those guys out in Las Vegas. I've been there a number of times, and it is a very, although stressful, full-on conference. It's a very enjoyable one, and there's a whole lot of new products. There's a whole lot of crap that comes out as well, but there's a whole lot of stuff to pick up out in Las Vegas. But I'll be sitting here working nights and early mornings to pick up on the news for you. What was I going to say? So I think one of the things that CES will see is maybe, and there's talk about it, dual OS. there are a number of ways dual OS can be achieved, from dual boot, which means shutting down and restarting another OS, through to quick switch, through something like the inside BIOS solution, and I think we've seen evidence that Asus might be producing a device on that solution. Acer, I think, as well, they worked with Inside on a number of Android solutions in the past, or Windows/Android solutions in the past, so I'm pretty sure we'll see Acer come up with something from Inside as well. There's no reason why they shouldn't try that. I think that they need to try that because obviously Windows 8 Store is struggling. It's not going forward fast enough, and there needs to be some sort of bridge there to help people. I do hope that Microsoft react by trying to accelerate the Windows 8 Store. They need to tell people the numbers now of Windows 8 and start to tease developers with business opportunities in that new Windows Store. I think that will happen. I hope it happens quickly, and I hope it actually pushes out the need for dual OS, because I don't see dual OS as the perfect solution. It is something that might work for a short while, but not long term. Right, so that's a few predictions for 2014. I'm almost tempted to switch the video off now and do a second one based on the Chromebook, but I will bring that into the end of my predictions for 2014. We're seeing, I think, a fair bit of take-up on Chromebooks now. Again, top-selling laptops in Amazon.com for 2013 were mostly Chromebooks in 2013. This ARM-based one at $199, and this one behind me, the C720 from Acer, is a very interesting product. It's really the new netbook, the really low cost, just enough computing power for the average user right now at €200. This one, based on Haswell, is not only returning fantastic battery life, but really quite impressive performance as well. And in fact, I would say it's probably the best performance per dollar for a browsing and web app solution you can buy today. I don't think you'll find much at $199 or $230 that will compete with it. So, although there's bits missing, of course, it's not an offline solution. There are issues in terms of how do you edit videos. You have to upload your full HD video to the cloud and work on it on the cloud. Is not a good solution, and the fact that it doesn't have 3G, I think, is a bit poor for a cloud-based solution, which should really have the best of every network capability, including cellular. So 2014 we'll see, I think, Google develop that further, and I think we'll see more devices in terms of different form factors, all-in-ones, and touch is going to come into that area as well. So we might see some user interfaces start to change based on whether touch is available or not, and that will be quite interesting, because I really would like to see a Chrome OS in this form factor, because I think in this form factor it does hit more of the requirements, cover more of the requirements of the consumer than it needs to do on the desktop. Having said that, on the desktop, if you do just use a browser, it is quite a fast solution. I'm using dual screen solution here, it's quite impressive. Storage, though, is one issue, and that's what I wanted to cover really here. The device has 16 gig of built-in storage. The OS takes up part of that. You're left with, I think, 8-9 gigs of storage in what's known as a download folder. And that's not much. That's not enough to store a bunch of videos, a whole load of music for offline usage. It's also not enough if you want to convert this into a Linux-based laptop, which is possible. Windows is somewhat harder. I will be looking into that, but I'm not sure if it's an easy solution for most people. So when it comes to upgrading, what we've got is inside is a SATA M.2 SATA. Now this is an M.2 SATA card. It's a 256. Let me just get that in focus for you. It's 128 gigs, isn't it? Can't read it from here. From MyDigitalSSD. Now, it used to be called NGFF, next generation form factor, and what it does is basically take the size down from the original MSATA standard. So there are the size differences of the two. and if you look at it compared to an SD card, it's really not that much bigger than an SD card here. 128 gigs, full SATA interface, and this one is fast. This one I believe goes up to 450 megabytes per second sequential read speed, which is probably more than you need on a Chromebook. Let's just bring the Chromebook over, just a quick talk about it now. One of the issues on this device is the SD card slot is not full depth, so you can't leave an SD card in there, and 32 gigs, 64 gigs aren't that expensive these days. You can't leave it in there because as soon as you put that in your bag, it's going to break off, cause a problem, rip something. So that's a bit stupid, really. They should have made a full depth SD card solution, especially considering the lack of storage on here. Now on the back, it's fairly easy to take the back off, and I will be doing that in another video. Just remove those screws and I'll show you the M.2 SATA in there. But before you do that, you need to create a backup of the file system, and there's a backup on here. It's very easy to do. Chrome : what is it? Chrome / oh, let me just quickly look it up for you. That's not very well prepared from me. Just to show you how quickly it can be turned into a desktop. That's 2 cables there. And the command you need to know is Chrome : image burner. That's the one. Basically, you put your SD card in, it will format it so you lose all your files, and it will download an image, the latest Chrome OS image. Of course, you don't have files stored here. It might back up, maybe it backups your download folder, I'm not too sure. But of course, because all your main files are stored in Google, it's not a major issue. So, I will do another video which goes straight into that and details that, so watch out for that. That's all for this video. I just wanted to say hello for 2014, and there'll be a few more of these videos in 2014 than there were in 2013. Basically, I want to focus on helping people choose the right solution. So we'll be focusing on UMPCs, that's ultra mobile PCs like the Toshiba WT8. A Dell Venue 8 Pro will be with me soon, and the 11 Pro I think as well. And leading edge notebooks. So if you're looking for sort of thin, light, fast, portable and highly dynamic solutions that can be used for both business and pleasure, then that's what this channel will be all about, and I want to try and help you make the best choices in 2014. So questions, please leave questions. I will do my best, now that Google have sort of closed up that question loop to Google accounts only. Yes, those of you without Google accounts may be a bit annoying, but it does allow me to get notifications and to focus and have lots of easy ways to answer your questions. So do think about signing up if you're not already. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. You can choose to get email updates as soon as I upload a new video, and often when I get a new device, the first thing I'm doing is uploading a video, so you'll see it on YouTube before you see it on the websites. Of course, details, text, pictures, and of course all the databases on the websites, umpcportal.com, ultrabooknews.com. On Twitter, I'm at Chippy, CHIPPY. So I'd be happy to see you follow me there, ask questions there. Good. Have a great 2014. Have a good computing year, and see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.